Hey, you! A German colony in South America. I mean, we have all heard of the expansionist history of the Germans, but isn't South America a little bit far away? Well, it's true. At some point in history, there was some kind of a German colony in South America. How did that happen? Let's find out. Before we start, I need your help. I already published a few videos, which are the first that I have ever made, and I'm still learning a lot about editing, voice recording, and how I can present these topics to give you better content. If you're interested in economics and economic history, please subscribe to my channel, leave a like, give me some love in the comments, share this video, and also let me know in the comments below what other topics I should cover for you in upcoming videos. With that out of the way, let's go back to the video. During the scramble for Africa, Germany was able to obtain its colonies: Germany East Africa, German Southwest Africa, German West Africa, as well as German New Guinea. The bloody and cruel history of the German colonies is well documented, and it's full of cruelty and genocide.
Some of them would chop off the prisoners' heads and then throw the rest of their bodies in the water to feed the sharks.
An attempt to exterminate the Herero and Nama people in German Southwest Africa, today Namibia, resulted in the murder of at least 80,000 people.
Well, Germans, who would have thought this? A lesser known part in the history is the story of Klein Venedig, Little Venice, a German colony during the 16th century in the region of today's Venezuela and some parts of Colombia. The name Little Venice, or Klein Venedig, is derived from the houses in this area, which were also standing on stilts. In my previous video about the exploitation of Latin America by the Spaniards, I mentioned that the Spaniards had in the process financial troubles due to the inflation, but also high spending on military and warfare. But also, to secure his election as emperor against the French king, Emperor Charles V took a lot of loans. One of the lenders, the House of Welser, a rich merchant family from Nuremberg in Germany that also did some banking business. Over the years, Charles wasn't able to pay back his loan to the Welser, and the Welser received in 1528 the province of Venezuela as security. The land wasn't well explored, and the Welser didn't really know what they let themselves into, but with the treasures coming in from Mexico and Peru, they were euphoric to make big profits as well. Plus, the golden city of El Dorado was still not discovered. The Treaty of Venezuela stated that the Welser were allowed to name the governors and functionaries and had to conquer the country at their own expenses. Furthermore, they were exempted from all tariffs in Sevilla, as well from the taxation on salt. Also, they were allowed to enslave indigenous people. From all profits of the endeavor, the Welser should receive 4%. For this, the Welser had to found two cities, which ended up to be nowadays Maracaibo and the extension of today's Santa Ana de Coro, and built 3 fortresses. Besides that, the Welser sent 150 German miners, and from the mining which underwent from the Welser expedition, just 10% of all mined gold, silver and gems had to go to the Spanish king. This was later adjusted to 20%.
The territory was determined to be from the Cap de la Vela in the west to the Cap of Maracapana, which is a stretch of roughly 900 kilometers, and a southern limitation was noted in the treaty. The Welser hoped to gain their loaned money back with the profits from gold, salt, tropical wood, but the only profitable business was selling slaves. To improve their profits, they became more and more unethical. The Spanish missionary Bartolomé de las Casas noted down, "The Germans are worse than the wildest lions. Because of greed, these human devils are acting more brutal than any of their predecessors." In 1546, Charles terminated the treaty with the Welser. The colony wasn't able to sustain itself. The indigenous people were still not Christianized. The whole policy for this colony was a failure. The Welser still tried to process to regain possession, but this never happened. And with this, the short story of a German colony in South America ended. So yeah, we can still argue that this was not the colony of a German country, but just under lease by some private German family. And it's true. But I think this is one of the interesting points in this regard. If we're looking back in history, a lot of these colonial endeavors were undertaken by chartered companies, with the main reason to make profit. These are companies like the Dutch East and West Indian Company or the French East and West Indian Company, the Canada Company, the Imperial British East African Company, or the Hudson Bay Company. But also the Belgian colonialism in Congo was structured that the Congo was private equity of King Leopold. And in the end, no form of colonialism is, or was, better than the other. It doesn't matter if it's from a government or a private company. It all comes down to exploitation and oppression. Did you ever hear about Klein Venedig? Or do you want me to cover topics like the Hudson Bay Company, West Indian Company, or something else in upcoming videos? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and also check my other videos. And I'll see you in the next one.